Welcome back to Creepers Peepers, the horror movie recap podcast. I totally stole that from Too Scary Didn't Watch. I can't stop listening to Too Scary Didn't Watch. If anything, this is a Too Scary Didn't Watch fan podcast. Anyway, I'm your host, Mimi Dybs.
I'm your other host, Sara Mullins.
And I'm your other host, Aarti Hari Chopra.
How many of them are there? There's three. There's your three hosts for three different perspectives, three very different perspectives. I was going to say, I was talking earlier today to someone about the podcast, and I was like, we have great perspectives.
And there's a good range here. I feel like we hit every point. I am the resident horror. I use the word expert loosely,
but yes,
no.
Between the three of us, yes,
no. Don't you be a mediocre white man right now, okay? You call yourself an expert.
Yes, no imposter syndrome. You're an expert.
Let's
That's
be
true.
So for real.
That's true. Relative expertivity. Is that a word? It is now.
It is.
You have it.
We have decided expertivity is relatively.
You are a true expert in my mind.
Please hold.
Please hold.
It's hot in Los Angeles today, so we had the door open.
But then the dogs were barking, and I don't just mean my feet hurt after a long day. Anyway, today's episode, but yes, Aarti and I have not ever seen these movies that we're going through. Sara has, and so she provides the much needed perspective of someone who has seen these very well-known horror films. Today's horror film, in fact, is Scream 1. Scream 1.
Original.
The OG. I have heard 1 and 2 are like beloved.
Yes, I am a huge fan of the Scream franchise in general. Not all of them. Not all are created equal. Okay,
That's what I'm saying. Is that a lot of people are like 1, 2. Someone said 4, and then someone else said people dodge on 3. I don't know.
Everybody has different opinions on their favorites, but I think the Scream franchise is one of my favorites. It's great. Just overall, I think they're always good times.
Yeah.
So
stabs, lots of stabbing.
Is there a character named like Doofy or something in this? No, I'm thinking of something else. Sorry, for context, there is a horror coffee shop in NoHo. And this past weekend, I went to meet a writer there, and there was a guy standing outside, like signing autographs and stuff, and it was something to do with Scream. And
7, probably the new one that just came out, if I had to guess.
No, he looked much old. Like it felt like it was
right, but because Scream 7 just came out, I think that's why.
So that's why I was asking if it's a character in the Scream
like everyone
universe.
in Scream is like.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think there's a Doofus.
I don't think there's a Doofus in
like
there.
A Doofy or Duffy or something. I don't know.
Not that I recall. I'm trying to remember the characters' names because it's been a minute. But
I barely saw it.
There's some iconic characters, and I'm thinking that I know what character it could have been, but I am not confident enough to actually say.
No, I felt unconfident even asking the question, but I did it anyways, and that is growth.
Yeah.
That is the mediocre white man coming out in you.
Ooh.
I think the mediocre white man would have come out and been like, "Hey, I met this guy who's an actor in these franchises," and then you would have been like, "No," and I would have been like, "Yes, he was."
Yes, you're wrong.
Actually.
I'm gonna get really tired of hearing myself say that.
What? What'd you say?
Actually.
Apparently, no, I love it. It's funny because I am an art director. We're shooting this weekend, in fact, for a fan film called Scream Descent, and it's quite literally a fan film that takes place in the same universe as Scream. And I've only seen Scream 5.
Interesting.
That's it. Not 1 through 4.
I don't remember. I know I've seen all except the newest one.
Mm-hmm. That one,
I don't specifically remember what happens in Scream 5.
I only watched it because Jenna Ortega's in it. I'm not gonna lie. I do love her work, and I love her, and she was great.
I do remember that. I remember because she was in the last 2.
She was in the last 2?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh my God! Wait, all the movies.
And there's a boycott for the most recent
new
one going on because they fired one of the actresses for speaking out against Palestine.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
And so even Jenna Ortega was part of the walkout. The walkout.
Yeah,
man, whoever took over the Scream franchise is not doing it justice.
No.
I mean, anyone that literally Hollywood and actors have always been like big beacons of standing up for whatever the fuck you believe. And for the
I mean,
most part, Hollywood is a hot spot.
It depends on the issue and how, popular it is to support, I think.
True. But I think a lot of people in the US consider Hollywood and LA to be a very liberal. That's how they see it. They think Hollywood, it's obviously liberal. That's like what I'm
liberal,
sure.
Yes. Progressive,
right.
Those are two different things.
Sure.
Right? And because even liberal is part of the whole cult of politics in the US, and it's all propaganda at the end of the day, as we've talked about,
I want to see, so in the Scream Descent film I'm in, there's a character named Mickey. And so I asked Jeffrey, who we used to work with, Aarti.
Oh, yeah.
He was telling me that he was rewatching Scream and Scream 1 and Scream 2. And I asked if there was a Mickey in the first one. He said there wasn't, but I think there's a Mickey in the second one. And I read the script, and so many of the people I work with are like, you're not going to understand our script if you don't know any of the. I was like, well, this is why I'm watching Scream. So
my ADHD brain heard Mickey and just now is playing, hey, Mickey, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my money, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
Sorry. Honestly, that they better play that. Are they going to play that, Sarah, in the movie? I know Drew Barrymore's in this one. Oh, Drew Barrymore, young Drew Barrymore.
She is in this one.
She's in this one. That's all I know.
It's pretty, honestly, she's pretty iconic in it. So
I'm excited to see young Drew Barrymore.
I'm really excited for
this.
I
really hope you guys like this because I love the Scream, especially the first 3 are my favorites.
It's such an iconic mask too. It's such an icon.
The mask is iconic. It is just, I love most of Wes Craven's movies.
Did he do all of them?
He did all the first 3, I believe, and then he's also done Nightmare on Elm Street, Red Eye. I'm blanking on the rest of them, but
you know what I just watched the other day? 28 years later. I haven't seen 28 Days or 28 Weeks. It's fine. I'll get to it. But I watched it. I know I have a problem clearly, but I watched 28 Days Later. It was a very beautiful movie. The cinematography for it was fantastic, and someone was saying that it was the work of that director. So would you say?
Oh, that's not Wes Craven.
No, obviously it's not. But you say Wes? What is it? Wes
Craven.
Craven has a signature look to his films.
Not necessarily. I think he has a signature style as far as the editing style and
the because that was kind of similar to 28 Years Later. It's got some
he kind of has I would say a little bit similar to Sam Raimi in kind of his style, but a little bit more subdued comparatively. Mm-hmm. But I
remember being kind of blown away that Scream 5 was so bloody. It was good. It was a good kind of blown away. I was very happy because I really wasn't expecting to be scared. Is 1 and 2 as bloody?
I don't know. I can't remember if there is bloody because it's been a minute since I've watched the originals.
They're also older.
But the fun of slasher movies, which Scream is the epitome of, it is a love letter to all the slasher movies of the 80s, is that they're bloody, they're messy, they're all over the place.
It's gory, but not. It's just gory in terms of blood. It's blood gore.
It's bloody. Sometimes they'll do some really crazy deaths that are really gory but funny gory. So I think that is kind of the appeal of a lot of slashers is that they're almost cartoonish in the way that they handle violence.
I have a prediction, which is that I think I will like it. I think I will have fun in it. But I also think I'm going to sing a lot during this movie.
And Aarti, for anyone that doesn't know, Aarti sings when she is scared.
Yes. So when I'm watching scary movies, well, it's more that I found a trick, guys, for all of you listening who are scared of horror movies. I found a trick. Now, to be very clear, you cannot do this in movie theaters. You will get kicked out.
Fair.
But, and also, if you're watching in a group of people, they might get very deeply annoyed with you. Unless they're cool people and find it funny. But I found a trick to watching horror movies that make them more handleable for me. See, I'm making up words too now.
They're handleable. I agree.
That make them, And it's basically when something scary is about to happen, because you can usually tell they have like, the build up and all that stuff, is I start to sing a song. And my most common song I'll start to sing is something scary's about to happen.
Yeah.
Something scary's about to happen. And I swear it takes the edge off. It's amazing.
It does work.
Yeah, so kind of the dynamic, and I guess we're still playing around with when we should mention this, but I love scary movies. I would love to be in one day as an actor, and I do love scary movies, but I haven't seen a lot of these older ones, which is why we started this podcast initially. Aarti she'll do it, but she's more scared. She's the most scared from the group, I would say. And then Sara obviously isn't. She's seen all of them.
And to be clear, again, I'm like, I love horror movies.
Yes.
I love the story of them. I love the story. My problem is that I won't sleep for like a year after I watch it if it's scary enough. And so I've always
Are you scared of stabbing?
No,
or
it's more
stabbed?
of the psychological stuff that gets to me, honestly. Because like the gory, that's why I'm like, I think I'll be fine with Scream.
Right,
because the gore and I love action movies. I have no problem with the blood and the gore and the fighting.
I guess, could you say it's an action flick, Sara?
I think that the later ones are definitely more action. I think the first couple there is action in it, but I think they are more
action is the stabbing.
It's the stabbing
and that's all I
part.
meant by action. Is like
sure.
I'm not like turned off by gore or anything like that.
Nice.
I'm fine with that. It's more the psychological stuff that will like fuck with me, that I won't be able to sleep. But I love horror movies.
Have you ever seen Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes, I think so.
It's a little spooky.
It's very good.
Spooky.
I liked
really
it,
good,
and that
that's
was more on borders more on psychological, which is why I think it hit me harder, especially when like Leonardo DiCaprio's wife in it. I forgot who plays her, but she like drowns her kids. There's a lot of like because it's about a man going. It's kind of very The Shining coded if you think about it. It's a man going insane near a lighthouse.
Shutter Island does not
on an
exist without The Shining.
True. Wait, yes, Sara. And this is why we're doing this, Aarti, is so that we get the cultural context.
I'm here for it.
All these films that came afterwards. This is history. There should be a film, low key, there should be a film history class. Naya, come here. My dog keeps trying to make an appearance in everybody's podcasts. Naya, and we're gonna lay down and we're gonna relax now.
I mean, there is film history class that you can take, and actually, the Russo brothers do a really good film history podcast too.
Really?
They call it Pizza Film School or something.
Oh hell yeah!
It's really
this
cool.
is basically film studies.
I love the Russo brothers.
Oh my god! I need to listen.
Shout out to the Russo brothers. I would love.
Do they go over movies like we are?
Yeah, they go over like a lot of classic movies and movies that like inspired. Yeah, it's really cool.
Are they like writers though? They're coming at it from a different perspective than we are.
They're writer-directors.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
They're incredible.
I think we're just coming at it from our own perspectives, and
which
when
they
people
are
here,
they
they're
are
gonna be.
Too,
yeah, exactly. It's who you relate to, right? So
yeah,
that's true.
I think people relate to us. I think we're #relatable.
I think we're cool.
I may do myself.
We're
cool.
I think we're cool.
Yeah, hell yeah,
cool people.
Hell yeah, millennials are cool. Damn it. All right, let's watch this damn thing. I'm so excited for Drew Barrymore. And we will come back when we are done watching the movie, and then we'll see how we liked it. Aarti thinks she's gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like it. Sara already mentioned she loves it.
So I love it so much.
I was so excited to talk about it. Okay, see you in a little bit. Bye.
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 Awesome. Welcome back. We just watched Scream. I loved it.
Yes,
I loved every second of it.
I loved it. I wasn't even scared. I didn't sing once.
I know.
I was so proud.
I was like, I definitely feel what you said, because you said going into it, and you said for a while, it's a satire.
Yes.
And so it was very funny. It felt like I was watching, it almost felt like I was watching a scary movie, which is wild, because I was like, Scary Movie is a funny version.
It's a parody.
It's a parody. This is also felt like a parody. So it felt like a parody of a parody.
Yes.
But also, I think it rode the like line between horror and comedic relief really well. But also like the comedic relief also kind of plays a part in letting down your,
yes,
walls.
It's letting down your guard.
Guard.
Just like getting you in that sweet spot where you're just like, maybe he's fine. fine.
Yeah. At what point? Okay.
fine.
Obsessed with what is it? Zeke?
Skeet?
Skeet?
I can't.
Skeet
I
Ulrich.
can't with you.
Skeet.
Okay.
Oh my god! I'm so
Here's the drama that went on for the whole
How many
movie.
times did I say he's so hot?
No, we all agreed he
whole
was hot
movie's
at the
so
beginning. At the
hot.
beginning,
Yes,
we
at the
all
beginning,
agreed
we all
he's
So
agree.
hot all the time.
He's hot.
I'm not saying I think his
I-
character is hot. I think he's hot. As a human, I love his
And
face.
then we realized, and then Sarah remembered that his name was Skeet.
Skeet.
At which point I was out. I was like, respectfully,
Skeet.
appreciate the
I
physique,
love Skeet.
appreciate the form, appreciate the muse, but
That wouldn't
Skeet
deter me.
is where I draw the
Skeet.
line.
Okay, I need to preface this by
More Skeet
saying
for me.
I have not. My phone's been plugged in this whole time. Normally, I would look it up to make sure I actually know what I'm saying. But so if his name is not Skeet Ulrich,
Well,
I'm
okay,
so
let's
sorry.
check right now. Let's check right now. I also would love if his name. It'd be
Would
so
your
funny
opinion of him change, Aarti, if his name wasn't Skeet?
if his name wasn't Skeet.
I
Well, it would
Skeet
depend
is
what
so
his name actually is. Then
think it's unique.
It is.
I think
It's certainly
it's-
unique. It's a
I think
unique
it's
name.
unique. I think he's so
You
easy on the
are,
eyes.
In fact, right. His
Oh,
name
thank
is
God.
Skeet.
Skeet.
Oh,
The
and
most
he's from
90s name.
Virginia.
Oh
He's
my
a
god, does
Virginia
that make him
boy.
hotter, Aarti?
No, because I'm not screaming the name Skeet in my bedroom ever. That
This is Skeet slander, and I will not stand for it. Just kidding. No,
I'm
I loved
so
it.
sorry to Skeet.
It's okay.
If you ever listen
I mean,
to
he
this
was
podcast,
the
you are
killer.
very hot. You are
Honestly,
very amazing.
No, have you seen Riverdale?
I have.
Yes.
He plays Jughead's dad.
Shut up.
Which is so
Does he
funny
actually?
because I said he can't. He was giving me cold sprouts in Riverdale,
Shut
and he plays
up,
his
dude,
dad.
does
That is
he
fantastic.
really?
I forgot.
Casting.
I just remembered that.
Oh
That
my
is
god,
fantastic
That's
casting.
remarkable.
Right?
That is literally such fantastic
Wow.
casting.
No, truly, that is incredible.
That's so funny.
It was so okay. Also, I didn't know that Drew Barrymore was only in it in the beginning, and Sarah was saying that was very subversive at the time. People
Yeah.
almost rioted.
People were shocked because the trailer came out and it had Drew Barrymore and people
Yeah.
were like, yes, because she was the big box office draw at the time.
I love
And
it.
then
She's so
that
good.
she's killed in the first couple minutes, and it was a big surprise, but one of the
kinda love
greatest
that.
choices.
Hell yeah!
in
I want to be here for
horror
her
history.
for Halloween and see how many people know who I am.
I think a lot of people would.
I think so too. But I'm curious now. It's like a social experiment because there are some younger people. I think maybe that haven't seen Scream.
Oh, entirely possible.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if I saw you in that costume
That's what I'm
before tonight, I would be like,
Oh, yeah, that's why. But that's why it was so good. I'm so excited to see Scream 2 now. But also, like, at no point toward the end did I know what the fuck was happening. Like I
It's
was like, they're fine,
interesting.
they're not fine. Oh my god! And then, oh my, the safety was on. Like, there's so many. Like, ooh,
yeah, it was fantastic. It was funny because I was telling Sarah that because I loved Scary Movie as a kid, I think the
Yes,
first
me
Scary
too.
Movie is almost a direct parody of this.
It is,
Mhm.
yes.
And I was
Now I get to
like,
watch that. with
I-
new set of eyes.
so we remembered where I think the actor I saw at the horror vibes,
Yes.
the horror coffee
Who
shop
was it?
was. So it was the guy who played Doofy in the Scary Movies. So in the
Oh, right,
Scary
okay.
Movies, there's a character that is a comp for Dewey.
Yes.
But
Oh,
it
I
turns
love
out in
it.
Scary Movie, he's spoiler alert,
The
he's
bad
the
guy.
killer.
Okay.
And so when we started the movie, that's why I said to Sarah, I was like, I think I know who the killer is if they're doing like such like direct references.
Sure. And it wasn't.
It wasn't, which was
I-
really surprising.
And it's been so long since I've seen Scary Movie.
Yeah,
I
me too.
truly could not remember
Yeah.
if like what the plot, like what the mystery is. And so I
Yeah,
was like, it's possible. Like it could be the same. I don't
I
remember.
do not remember.
And I know we're talking about Scream, but Scary Movie, the twist at the end, the way they show it is it's a fantastic scene because and it's like a perfect closer because he's like this like
How do you remember
Doofy-
Scary Movie so well? I've watched it, but I do not remember.
Well, it's this one scene from it that I remember. It's literally that scene. It's the end scene where it reveals who the killer is, because it's done so well. Because throughout the whole movie, he's like, basically, he's very like nerdy, kind of giving like on the spectrum vibes. And then all of a sudden, it's like he's walking to his car and his gate changes and he's pulls off his and it's like
I was almost curious if they were going to make Dewey the guy. I think it would have been.
Well, that's the magic trick of this movie is that like it keeps you wondering who the real killer is pretty much the whole time. Where you're like, that's the guy. That's the guy. And then you're like,
I was like, there's no way they're gonna make it Billy, but also him being the killer made him hotter. I don't understand. I don't understand. What does Skeet have over me, Aarti?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I think Skeet Ulrich has that over a lot of people, to be fair.
I don't know.
I feel bad if Skeet ever hears this podcast. I feel bad. I apologize that his name is just not doing it for me. I'm so sorry.
You know what?
Was
That's
he hot
okay.
as the dad in Riverdale?
Yes, he's still very hot.
He's still very attractive. Look, like I looked at
that age Skeet is prime Skeet.
No, he's still very attractive. I'm sorry.
I think that's totally valid.
He's still so attractive.
Oh my god!
Right? I'm like, that's a daddy right there.
Yes,
that is a daddy.
Yes,
he is. No, but Sarah, I think also mentioned it perfectly. He was like the quintessential '90s like heartthrob, and I feel like he does that in this movie.
He does.
He does. So well. And I think like that's the thing. It kept you guessing so much, and when the twist, you're like, holy.
Stu, and then Stu being Shaggy the whole time. I can't get over Shaggy.
It was Shaggy.
Stu was literally Shaggy.
This was his audition for Shaggy.
It really was, and he nailed it because he got the part. So
well, and it's so funny because it's such a twist because usually Shaggy's like the guy who unveils the killer, and instead he was the killer.
Yes.
One of the killers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, also, I think I mentioned this. Yes, my favorite line ever, I think, is still when she was like, "Well, he had an excuse or a motive. What's your excuse?" He goes, "Peer pressure. I'm too sensitive."
And then when he's like, "Did you really call the cops?" Like, my mom and dad are gonna be
so mad at me.
It was so good. Every part of it, but it's so magical because it's such clear like commentary on like how young men were at the time.
True.
But it does it so artfully. Like it doesn't feel like you're being beaten over the head with a message, but it's like, but you get what he's trying to say, and it's so.
But also the way they were like, oh, so-and-so just said that the coach is hanging like upside down in the football field. And all the guys were like, let's go see the body. Like that also was very much like teen boy shit is teen boy shit. He literally basically was Stu. What the fuck am I saying? Stu was basically the stand-in for every like teenage boy that's like, whoa, blood. Yeah. He was like having the time of his life. And then he's like, oh no, I'm going to have a curfew now. Shit. Like
my actions have
shows
consequences.
How little forethought they have. Yeah. Yeah.
Consequences for bad behavior? What are you talking about? I'm just a little white boy.
I'm just only little. My husband, Skeet. What was Skeet's name?
Little guys are bad little guys.
It's true. What's Skeet's name in it? Billy
Loomis.
Billy was actually, I think, like a psychopath. Like
he
100% really didn't have.
And there's like a lot of people go back and like analyze this movie and like try and see where the clues were that like that it's Stu and Billy the whole time, and there's a lot of and I don't remember if this is in the later movies because again it's been a minute. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of movies. I just
you are an expert though. I want to be clear to our listeners.
But I'm pretty sure that Billy is the one actually committing the murders most of the time. And Stu is like just the secondary scare tactic.
Mm-hmm. Or like maybe Billy told Stu at some point. Stu was like, "Hell yeah, dude!
Yeah,
I want to help you." Like he wasn't. He's just like a ride or die, and they're also fucking. They were fucking.
They're 100% fucking.
Billy and Stu are fucking.
The way that Stu went after her for stabbing Billy, I was like, that's boyfriend behavior. That is boyfriend behavior.
We've decided Stu's a bottom, and of course Billy's a top.
Yeah.
And that moment, he was like, not my boyfriend, you bitch. Why would you?
Literally, he came back to life at that.
He did.
He said, he was like, I'm losing a lot of blood, Billy. And then he was like, no, not my boyfriend. He ran at her.
They love each other so much.
Oh my God, it was
They
remarkable,
really love
honestly.
each other.
Oh, and then who's the main girl?
Oh my gosh, Neve Campbell.
Campbell?
Sydney
Sid.
Prescott.
Fantastic. She was so good. I couldn't
Amazing.
stop looking at her face. She was beautiful and she's amazing.
She was really beautiful.
She was really beautiful. And it was just so well done. Monica.
Yes,
From
Monica
Friends
Geller
in
from
it?
Friends.
Yes.
Oh, and her and David Arquette, their chemistry was so cute.
You just it warms your heart to
It
just
really
watch them.
does.
I know that they're divorced now,
Oh.
but just watching them fall in love on this movie is just so cute.
really
It's so
cute.
cute.
It really is.
I love them.
We love that.
No, and then the corniest line when he was like, what did she say? They're laying down and she says something like, oh, like the best. And he says, like, for the rest of my life or something like that.
Oh,
He
she
thought,
was like, "Oh, is that what you were looking for?"
Oh,
'Cause they
yes,
had a car.
yes.
And he's like, "For the rest
is
of my
that
life."
what you were looking for?
Okay, but also that
He's like,
opening
I was like, snap out of it. What
when
are you
they
doing?
first met, and she's like, "You don't look a day over 12," and I was
No,
like,
that was problematic.
"Man,
That was
Girl.
problematic. That was problematic. I said that did not age well. I don't know.
It feels weird. Yeah, that
And
that
then-
was a
and
weird
then
comparing
choice.
him to a
But
prepubescent
also, you
boy.
know what? Here's the thing about true love. True love, well, and
That
I
was
know they're
so
divorced
loud.
now. I know they're divorced now, but it's like, love is being the same kind of weird because
yeah,
he
true,
heard
true.
that and he went,
Yeah.
I'm 25, but I was 24 for a whole year. And
I
I was
like
like,
it.
you know
Yes.
what? Weird met weird.
Yes.
Appreciate
vibes were there.
respect.
You know who I feel bad for is Gail's cameraman. He was just,
Oh,
he was just,
bless him.
he like just taken an edible. He was looking at that Cheeto with such, he was like, he had a whole thing
He
going.
found God in
He
that
found God in
Cheeto.
that Cheeto, and then all of a sudden his night is ruined. I was like, my guy, I'm so sorry.
he didn't
Yeah.
deserve it.
He
I mean,
really
like
didn't.
You know
none
what?
of.
Like, I didn't
you
wanna
know
be
what?
here.
At least he found God before he died.
To be fair, the only
True.
characters that actually deserved it at the end were Billy and Stu.
Yeah,
But
well, yeah.
everybody else,
Here's the thing, though. I'm curious about Stu because what if it really was just peer pressure? I mean, Billy was
That's the
hot.
thing.
He
that's
was like,
the thing.
what?
No, you gotta be a certain level of like, not malevolent, but like and I do think again, it's just this really interesting mirror to what this society of young men sometimes is, and that's why I think some young men do go through a phase where they're like almost desensitized to the gore
100%.
to the point where, but also like there's got to be something wrong with Stu for him to be okay with that, right? There's
yeah.
there's a certain level
I'm
you're
for sure.
missing somewhere to be okay with that
to be
level
clear,
of like
I mean it very
cruelty.
jokingly. I do not seriously mean that at all. Because like, yeah, I think, you look at like incel culture, you look at like a lot of school shooting culture. Like, yes, like with the times, I feel like this is a movie that like really, there is a lot to break down here about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, one last joke about it. I do want to see, and this is also a pitch, but like I want to see the heated rivalry slasher
Oh my God.
version of Stu and Billy's relationship.
Shut up.
They
Let's
meet in the
crowdfund it.
locker room for the first, and
Obsessed.
and it's just
I'm
I need it.
in.
I need
right.
it.
I'm
Sarah,
in.
write it,
You
direct
have
it.
me.
I'm obsessed with it.
I will take up this banner.
Yes, that's incredible.
Let's do it, Sarah. Let's
I'm
do
so
it.
ready.
I'm so obsessed with that idea.
I got the romance down. You got the horror. We'll
Yes.
combine.
It's gonna be
What's
wild.
Miss Blondie's name? What was her name in it?
What-
Her best friend, Sid's
Oh,
best friend.
Tatum.
Tatum,
Cool name.
yes.
She got the worst. I think.
Yeah, her
In
death
terms of
was-
her death was more circumstantial than anything. He didn't really have to do anything. I think she was smart for trying to go through the cat door.
I understand.
Like, what would you have done?
I think that it was a choice.
And
Yeah,
she
I mean, it was
fought it
very-
off pretty well. Like she like threw the beer bottles and
Yeah, and the fact
Yeah.
that she got halfway through, like, I just don't think I would have even thought that he would have started raising it. And I wouldn't have thought it would have killed her. I don't know. I thought she maybe I would have wiggled out of it.
I think
backwards.
It would be unlikely to. Well, I don't know. It depends on how powerful you're.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing. It's like I think it's
a powerful garage.
It's easy to like look at those moments from the outside and be like, "Oh, this is what I would do."
Yes.
It's hard in the moment because survival, like your fight or flight is taking over, but also your adrenaline and your fear and your anxiety are also taking over.
That's why I think her death was the most brutal, was because like everyone else, it was just kind of like you were cornered. He has a knife. Like there's not really anything you could do, but for her, like the circumstances are what killed her. And the fact that like the fucking Ghostface didn't even have to do anything to her. He just had to open the garage. Like that is so like, oh God, that just hurts.
Okay.
That's the thing I also like about this movie is that like all of the characters really fight to live.
Yes.
Like they do
I appreciate that.
a great job of like, you don't really feel like, yes, the villains are stupid because they're horrible, but but every character makes logical choices, and even when they are in panic.
As we learned from me watching The Shining, I really hate when
yes.
like I feel a little bit like Randy. I'm like, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. And I feel like this movie, I felt the same way because I was like, I feel like it speaks to the mark of write your characters to like their intelligence. Like I think I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you know, like there's that
the audience is intelligent.
Yes. Because I think when you write smart characters who are trying their best to get out of a situation, making logical and smart decisions, it makes it that much more entertaining and that much more like gutting almost when they die, because you're like, oh yes, I'm not like just screaming at the stupidity. I'm like here for it, you know.
But it's also like it builds the tension so well because you hope, because you know that they're smart and that they're making good choices, and you're like, yes, that is a good choice. You could get out that way. That's great.
Yes.
And so that's why I like talking about her going through the cat door. I think about it and I'm like, would I have done anything differently? Probably not.
Yeah.
Was it the best choice? Not necessarily, but it's like you
What other
only have
options
so
did
many
you have?
choices.
Yeah.
I feel like the only one was when we were with the opening with Drew Barrymore. I think I made a comment about why were all your doors not already locked? And I was like, I know we talked about this because we said that like, you
she
know,
lives in Bumblefuck.
Which in my mind, I'm like, okay, but if you have no neighbors around, you should absolutely be locking your doors even more. But
which is true. And I think that that's more true today than it was probably even 20 years ago.
Sarah, but you made a good point about like Mormons and how they're not specifically Mormons, but like very small communities where everyone knows each other. It's kind of like,
oh yeah. I mean, like in like rural parts of the South, I know that like everybody knows everybody in town. So it's really like strange for any stranger, because it's like you're off the highway. If you're off the highway, and so a lot of like the eras of like the 70s and 80s have movies like this because highways didn't necessarily always exist at the time. So people didn't wander into town as much, and so you always knew who was in town. You always knew when there was a stranger in town, and it changed the dynamic. And so I just think that this movie, because it is paying so much homage to all these previous movies and this legacy of slasher movies, in that experience, it's trying to directly call back to the tropes of the time.
That's the other thing I realized. Yeah, there's a lot of movies that we have on our list that we're gonna watch, Aarti, but it's gonna be after this movie, which made a lot of callbacks to like Halloween and stuff.
Which I said I think that's gonna be really interesting, because then you're almost like you're watching these movies and then we'll be like, oh yeah, this is like that scene and that. So I think it's like a fun way almost to do it then.
I did not know Jamie Lee Curtis Jamie Lee Curtis was a Scream Queen. I mean, this is iconic. This is some great information.
That was how she got her big, like...
How did you
know
that?
That was her big break.
You didn't know that?
I know that. I fucking love Jamie Lee Curtis.
Friday. Like, that's how I know Jamie Lee Curtis. I know
she's a comedy queen, too. 100%. She's a comedy queen.
She's brilliant.
But she got her big start as a Scream Queen.
It's true. I love that a lot.
Yeah.
I really love that. I do really like the scene too when you have the guy being like, "Turn around, come on, Jamie, Jamie, just turn around. Jamie's right behind you. Turn around. It was
and
good.
I love that they leave him alive, and I was like, interesting.
It was good.
It is a very like subversive, like it does a lot what you don't expect, and it's a masterpiece to me. I love it so much.
It really was.
I will say I thought it was really funny, again, going back to that opening scene, how there was that one moment where you were like, Drew, take the popcorn off the stove.
Drew, your popcorn is on fire. Look, Drew, use the fire.
I just the fire's gonna make the problem worse. So I just was like, please solve that.
Literally, as soon as the parents go,
she could have picked it up and used it as a weapon.
That's true. Oh my god.
When the parents come in and Sarah and the first thing the mom does was take the popcorn off and put it in the sink, Sarah goes, finally. That is how worried about the popcorn Sarah was in the beginning. She was like, yeah, Drew's dead, but the popcorn,
I'm
finally
just saying
someone
that house
paid
could have
attention
been
to the
in
popcorn.
flames in seconds.
True,
okay.
true. And then you have a bigger problem in your head.
But their life already went up in flames. They lost their daughter.
Wow. Like, see, that's poetic. That is poetic. And it's true.
In the metaphor,
and it's true.
Would have been redundant.
Yeah, and the fact that the person on the other end of the line likes to like play with its prey, but also a little bit like it was annoying to me whenever he threw tantrums. Like, that's annoying to me to hear when he would be like all flirty and cheeky in the beginning, and then he's like, "You're gonna die like your mother," and I'm like, "Okay, relax."
But it's such a man baby like thing to do.
He's a man baby. It's so man baby.
Hey, that's your husband you're talking about.
I know. And if you talk to me, like, no. You know what? I'm going to cut out his tongue. He's going to become an Avox like in Hunger Games. He's just pretty to look at. He's my eye candy.
My not for safe work thought immediately is like, but how's he going to eat you out, girl?
I mean, that is a problem for another day, I think. I think that's a problem for another day. I think I just need to look at him. And look at his pretty face. Because he's so pretty. He's beautiful.
He is beautiful. He is a beautiful man.
He's beautiful. Man.
And also, I just couldn't get over Stu's fucking dimples. I don't think he's hot, but I think he's so funny looking, and especially with his little dimples.
100% shaggy, and I could not see anything else the entire time.
We love you, Matthew Lillard.
We really do.
You're the best.
Really do.
And then Tatum, we deduced whilst watching was in Charmed.
Yes, Rose McGowan.
Because that's why the whole time I was like, I can't, where do I know her from? It was like bothering me. And then you mentioned, you're like, oh, that's Rose McGowan. And I was like, oh my God, Charmed. Because I fucking love Charmed.
I need to rewatch Charmed.
Oh, don't do that. I'm telling you right now, don't do that. It's
gonna ruin it.
I couldn't even get through the pilot. I was like, it is a product of its time.
It's bad.
I'm going to keep it in its time.
Bad.
It's so sad.
It's very sad, but do not hold on to the memories. Okay.
Yes.
Because I did not, and that show is now like, it's hard. It's hard.
I tried to do that with Sailor Moon.
Oh, I love Sailor Moon. Yeah, I'm having a hard time rewatching it just because she is very whiny. I do love
live
Sailor
in the
Moon,
memory.
Everything.
Of
yeah,
what
that's
it
true.
was.
But like, would you say Buffy the Vampire Slayer? That one aged pretty well.
It's interesting. Well, what's interesting because I was just talking with my dear friend RJ Haynes, and we were just talking about he is rewatching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and so he was talking to me about how yes, it's different. Like because of the things that we know about Mr. Joss Whedon. However, as far as like storytelling, it's still very fun and satisfying.
I was literally going to say the same thing. I was like, on screen, actual like story wise, I think it's held up fairly well. The problem is everything you know about behind the scenes, what was happening. It's I feel like it's a little hard because even some of the jokes that are made and some of the things that are said, it makes it really uncomfortable to watch now, knowing what you know.
I feel like I need to be more in the know.
Multiple members of that whole cast and crew that
for whom that was like in a traumatic few years of their life.
So
it was also 90s, right?
90s and a little bit into the early 2000s.
Because when does Scream 2 come out?
Oh gosh.
If this took place in 96 and also came out in 96? Scream?
I believe so, yes. And then I'm not sure the exact date that Scream 2 came out, but it was probably a year or two, maybe
97.
3. Yeah, 97.
The year after?
Mm-hmm.
Scream 2 came out a year later?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's a pretty quick turnaround.
I think the third one came out later, though, in like the early 2000s, maybe 2003 or something.
Maybe it was always sold in as a sequel. And then they just made more after they saw how successful 1 and 2 was. But
I'm sure that's exactly what happened, because that's how all horror movies have been for big franchises have been for the last
do you
30, 40 years.
For 2, do we follow some of the same characters?
Yes, you follow. I think Neve Campbell is in almost all of the movies.
Oh, no. Is she in Scream 5? That's the only one
I don't remember.
That's crazy.
But I know that she was in at least one of the Jenna Ortega movies.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. That is so good. I really liked that movie. I really didn't like The Shining, so then I'm just curious how many. Aarti, I'm wondering how many of the 70s ones we're gonna like. Like, I think we're gonna watch Halloween next. That's 70s.
Yes.
So I wonder. I don't know, because I've seen like Psycho. Right.
Actually, I think Halloween came out exactly 1980.
Okay, so 80s. Sorry. No. So like right at the cusp of 80s. Because I feel like the 70s and 80s for me, horror films, like I would be shocked if I found a scary movie from that time for me. I think this one wasn't scary. It was really, really enjoyable though. And I think maybe that's just because 90s is it's more recent as far as scary movies go. But I do wonder whether or not that's why I thought The Shining was kind of boring, because it was like this one. There's a lot going on. I didn't even care how long this was, because it was very go.
Yes.
And I appreciated
it's
that.
interesting because I was talking. I think me, you, Sarah, and I were talking, and then Sarah's partners, Joel. We were all talking about that, and I think you and Joel made a really interesting point. I don't remember which one of you it was, but we were talking about like I was like, yeah, I think. I'm okay with a lot of these movies so far because they are products of their time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
And I know Joel mentioned a few that you both mentioned a few that we might actually end up adding to the list that are a little on the scarier side, or that
are from the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what they were off the top of my head.
Is Texas Chainsaw Massacre from the 70s?
I think so.
I'm curious if that'll be scary.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm just interested. I'm interested to see if any of them are actually scary to me all the way back in the 70s. It just doesn't seem like a scary time to me.
I think that the scariest movies that I remember watching from that time period were probably like The Exorcist.
Ooh, which we also have on our list.
Yes.
That's gonna be fun.
There was another one, and it's slipping my mind. But the ones that are sort of the purported, this actually happened.
Right.
The ones that get into your skin, and you're like, could that have happened?
Because that's the stuff that like kind of fucks with me more, and like the psychological stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exorcisms are very interesting because it's also kind of a product of its time, with like Catholicism being a big.
Well, it's not just, but like I think
it
that's
is
the
very
thing, because we were
Catholic to perform an exorcism, right?
Not really,
not necessarily.
As far as like the movie The Exorcist goes,
oh yes,
you have
that
a priest come and perform an
but
exorcism. That's what I mean.
A lot of ancient and indigenous cultures or Eastern culture, like they all believe in like devils and spirits and demons and energies and possessions that happen, or even the thought of like an energy like that, like latching itself to your energy and things like that. So I think it's like it is like the specific exorcism is like the Catholic version of that, or like the Western European version of that, but there's like a version of that I think exists and is very universal in a lot of like belief systems and cultures. And so like I think it'll be interesting to kind of, I'm excited to kind of watch that and kind of break down
and see if it's scary.
There's a few movies I think on our list that do that. Like The Exorcism of Emily Rose is actually like slightly newer because it came out when I was in middle school or high school. I don't remember. I'm aging myself. But I remember at the time when a little fact about me, I was raised Christian, so I had a little bit of the fear of God in me.
Nice.
I don't anymore. But
Good riddance.
but I watched that movie and it was like one of the few times that like it would keep me up as a kid.
No way.
So, we'll see if it still does that when we get around to it.
After we've deconstructed the fear of God.
I am most terrified to watch on the list is the Japanese Ring.
Yes, me too.
Because
Japanese ring.
American Ring is the movie that fucked me up so badly as a kid.
Yeah.
And
Japanese
it's one
one's
of the
gonna be
few horror
worse.
movies I watched, and I did not sleep for years after seeing that movie. Do you understand? Like years later, I would still have a night where sudden panic would hit me.
Oh no!
I was fucking terrified of that movie. So I am actually genuinely, and I've heard the Japanese one is even scarier.
Yeah.
And
I know
like,
the Japanese are on another level.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are. I mean, have you seen all the horror animes out there? Attack on Titan alone should tell you enough about the Japanese horror psyche. They are on one. I love anime, can't do Attack on Titan. I love horror films, cannot do Attack on fucking Titan. I don't know what it is. I know that people that love anime, that love Attack on Titan, I watch anime. I love anime. I'm watching Hell's Paradise right now. Fantastic show. I've watched Chainsaw Man, both seasons and the movie. I love anime. I cannot do Attack on Titan. There's something so fucked up about it. That's horror. That's like you watch I just remember John was watching it, and one time I like walked in on an episode. Was it pausing? I'll pause. Oh, it goes like sleep mode.
Oh, it's still going.
Oh, good. Okay, great. So I like walked in and John was watching an episode, and it was like a little girl or something runs, and there's a big giant person, and he steps on her head, and they illustrated the whole exploding of the head, and I was like, so that is just to say that I just think that the Japanese are. Yeah,
See,
they're more mature when it comes to horror. I think they've done even more.
See, again, I was like, the gore doesn't bother me. Like that whole movie, there was no part of it I even flinched.
For what?
For Scream? Like,
no, same.
like,
and I'm usually fine, but that level, I can't. I don't know. If you watch Attack on Titan, bless your heart. Great for you. There's something about Attack on Titan. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the whole show.
Oh my
I
God,
watched the
so
first season when it came out.
Oh my God, it's so
and so I fell off at some point. I don't remember, and I just never have caught up again.
There's something about it though, because like for example, Chainsaw Man. I love Chainsaw Man. That one also has tons of gore, tons of sight. A good guy's man is a chainsaw. His face is a chainsaw. Okay, so there's already a lot of gore and blood. That's not the problem. There's something. Maybe I think psychologically about Attack on Titan as well. How they
it's a
psyche fucky movie, and I think that's why I think that I do wonder if the Japanese Ring is going to have more of a psych feel to it. Like they know how to psychically manipulate shit. I don't know. That one's going to genuinely fuck me up, and I'm excited.
That is the only one on that list that I'm genuinely terrified.
So, do you think any of the ones that like? I guess Ghostface is one of them because he's iconic at this point. But like the monster scariness, like Michael Myers in Halloween, Freddy Krueger in Nightmare Before Christmas. No, Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
You know Freddy Krueger for Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack Skellington, honorable mention. But do you think any of the guy who's the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I don't.
Oh, he doesn't have a name.
Leatherface,
I think actually, yes. So, do you think any of those are going to scare you? Because those are more character-y, scary movies, in my opinion.
Oh, also one, I loved that little like scene where he goes hi. The principal says hi, Fred, and it literally the guy looks like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm curious because it's like, but also I trust Sarah's judgment here because I'm like she knows what scares me and what doesn't, and I think that's why you even said you're like I think you'll love Scream because I was like, and I wasn't scared at all because I was like this is a fun movie.
Yes.
I don't know what your thoughts are on it. I think for me, it's going to come down to how much of a psychological game is being played. Because that's the thing. When it's just like gore, that doesn't scare me. If it's just monsters, I'm not scared. It's like the psychological shit that will like really fuck me up.
Same. I think that's more present for me personally in any like poltergeist, ghost, possession, devil movies, more so than like there's a guy and he's a killer. Like but then I will say, like, I love true crime, for example, and a lot of true crime has really messed me up. There's a lot of real life serial killers that really fuck me up.
I don't listen to true crime for that reason.
Really
it
fucked up.
Really fucks me up. Because that shit fucks me up so bad.
Do you know about Albert Fish?
No.
He's like regarded as the boogeyman. He's one of those people who was alive in like the 20s, I want to say, which I wouldn't think I'd be scared of a 20s guy because it's kind of like, like, you know, I don't know. The 20s are weird and eerie in their own right. But Albert Fish, do you know about Albert Fish?
I might have listened to something, but I don't retain it.
He would basically like, he had really fucked up tendencies to like, well, he was also like a masochist. He would like stick pins and needles up his butt. Anyway, true story. He would like lure children away and like that. There's just a lot of depravity that comes from like the true serial killers that I'm like, I don't know if any scary movie could ever really compare.
And I think that's the thing, because I'm like, I've definitely read stories about that's why I made that face, because I was like, I've read news stories and like things like that from like the 20s, the 18s, like there's shit you read about the fucked up horrors that people have actually done, and that stuff terrifies me. And that's what I think it's like that sort of just, I don't know, like I don't know. That stuff really messes me up.
But that's why I'm curious as to if any of these scary movies are actually going to mess me up. And I do wonder how I'll feel after we watch like the Japanese Grudge, for example, or Ring. Also Grudge, I think, are both.
Grudge is also on the list,
Japanese ones that we need to watch. But I just don't think, for me personally, I could be wrong. I would like to be proven wrong. I just don't know if any of these character horror guys are going to do it for me.
Well, and to be fair, I think that just by virtue of what we were talking about, of being in a different time period, our fears are different. And so it's very hard to be scared by something that you can't, like, you weren't present for. You weren't present for that experience of that particular fear. And so, because for the most part, I don't remember being terribly scared of most horror movies that I saw as a kid that were like older.
And you think it's because you like watched them as a kid and not as like an adult, and it would have hit different if you did?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think that it just was like they weren't fears that were on my radar because they were subjects and things that didn't occur to me. And so I didn't know to be scared of them, didn't care.
Or even to your point, like things that aren't really fears anymore for a lot of people. Because we just live in a different time and a different world.
But I also think the idea of a concept of someone dressing up as, I guess, a specific character is so like out of the realm of what, like, because like the thing is, I am super interested in true crime and stuff, and I feel like they blend in more than anything. Obviously, if you're an actual serial killer, you're not going to try to like make a mask and be.
Have you seen the orange clown that we have running around?
No,
causing war everywhere.
Oh yes, yes, that is a good point. That is a modern fear for sure. Yes, absolutely. But you know what I mean? Like that's like all of these like Michael Myers, Leatherface, Freddy Krueger. They're all very distinct.
Here's the thing,
people that I just don't.
I don't know. Freddy Krueger might get you.
I have a feeling Freddy Krueger might get me, only because isn't the history of him that he like there's like
he was a pedophile.
Yeah, he's based on a real person, isn't he?
I think he's inspired
Freddy Krueger in the movie is a pedophile.
Yes, he's a pedophile in the movie,
and that shit always fucks me up. I hate that shit. But also,
I wonder he is gonna fuck me up then.
But also, it is still very funny. Like they crack a lot of jokes. So that would be the only reason I would say it might not scare you is that like there's a lot of goofy shit that happens in Freddy Krueger movies.
Maybe I'm misremembering this? Isn't Freddy Krueger based on who's the one that like was the London like slasher or whatever.
Jack the Ripper?
No.
Jack the Ripper. Okay,
No.
I'm thinking of someone else. Sorry.
No.
Ignore my ignorance.
No,
there.
that's fair. But Jack the Ripper, no, he was truly. He's one of the
he's
ones
okay.
that
I was getting those
has
confused. Sorry. Apologies.
He definitely lives rent free in a lot of people's minds, and especially when they think like we found out who he is, but no one ever has definitively. But he never really had like a look though. Like I feel like Freddy Krueger doesn't he have like a striped shirt on?
Yes.
That's so specific.
It's very goofy.
Here's the thing.
So goofy.
I think to your point, Sarah, it's that thing where it's like, yeah, but before that time period, before like Ghostface was wearing, like literally they make a joke about that. That's a common Halloween costume, right? And before Ghostface put it on to kill people, like it wasn't a thing that like, so yeah, in that case, it is terrifying because you've never experienced that before, right? Whereas now in this time period, we've seen so many like movies or references or even scary movies. So for us, it becomes like more, it's kind of the Shining thing, right? Where it's like some of this is like a meme now. So it just isn't hitting in the same
but
way.
I think The Shining also has a pacing issue.
Well, yeah, no, 100%. But I'm saying as far as like the horror aspect of a guy showing up in your window wearing that mask, like we've seen so many like parodies and funny versions of that at this point that it's like it almost takes the edge off that maybe existed when people were watching it for the first time in 96.
I also think with the whole Ghostface too, there is always this level of like, are they like everyone who encountered Ghostface says like, come on, Randy, take it off. Like there is this level of underestimating because it's not really a scare. It's almost like a funny costume. How
it is a random store-bought costume. So you don't expect
it to
somebody to actually do
it's
something.
Almost like the horror clowns, right? Like the and all that stuff where it's like, they're wearing this like traditional kids costume clown thing with the makeup and everything.
But do you think so? We were talking briefly about how like maybe Ghostface was based on the Scream painting.
I honestly don't remember. I do not remember.
No, because I made a joke.
Specific Ghostface. I don't think like before the Scream movies. Do you think they sold them in stores?
I don't think so. I think they were created for this movie, but there were versions that were similar. Like the Michael Myers mask is like a clear, like this mask is a clear reference to that mask, but they did a good job of like making it its own thing.
Mask, like a gray face with like eye holes. It doesn't look like a skull.
No, but I think that the creative decision that they made for the mask was I think heavily influenced by like the Michael Myers and how iconic that was.
And how the mask,
because they make so many references to Halloween throughout the movie.
Oh right. Yes. Okay, I'm excited to watch Halloween. I'm interested if I'm going to like it as much as Scream. But so far, Scream's on the top of my list.
So Ghostface was inspired by both the real life 1990 Gainesville Ripper murders.
So you're right.
And Edward Munch's, I'm saying that name wrong, I know, painting the Scream.
It is? Oh my God. Whoa, look at that. That's cool. That is a fun little, because it is very like, very drawn out, stretched, if you will.
But all I could keep thinking every time I saw it was in the scary movie when they're like, what's up?
Yeah. I love that. That's so good. Scary movie is also iconic in its own right.
Yeah.
In terms of rating it, how scary we thought it was, and how good we thought it was. Scary, and then
inspiration, because we added that last time when Aarti couldn't decide.
I think that needs to go into the second one. I think the first one is scariness. The second one is
only as an as needed basis.
Okay, I agree. Okay.
Because I don't know. I would say anything before 70s and before would fall in the inspiration category.
Yeah,
anything
probably.
after is kind of like all the.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Like The Shining it has inspired many movies. Scream scariness, like, like 0 for me personally, because I don't think it was scary at all. I really enjoyed it though, so I will give it an a 9 out of 10 in enjoyability, in
I
in
think
how much I liked it.
for me, scariness 0, and likability, I want to give it a 10.
I like
really
it.
thought-
Okay, fine. I'll change mine to a 10 too.
I
so good.
loved it.
I really loved it.
absolutely loved it. It was such a fun experience. I'm so
No, you know what? 10 for Skeet. 10 for Skeet. I'll give Skeet 10. Skeet deserves a 10. Damn it. Yes. I mirror Aarti's. 0 for scary, 10 for like.
That
was great.
We got a queen suite, baby.
Yay!
0, 10 out of 10.
For you too?
Yes.
Oh
I love this movie.
I love it. That was so good. That was so good. And even look at that. I before this podcast, if you asked me, would you ever rate something 0 on the scariness scale and a 10 out of 10 on the enjoyability scale, I would have said no. Like I just don't think many movies can do that. And so I applaud Scream.
It's a perfect movie to me. It's so perfect.
So good. I was
really
having
enjoyable.
the time of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. I enjoyed it a lot.
I love you, Wes Craven.
Wes Craven, if you see this,
I'm pretty sure.
sponsor our fucking reboot of Skeet and Stu and Billy's love affair, please. Wes Craven, if you hear this,
from the grave.
Heated
Wes
rivalry
Craven,
meets Scream. What would we call that?
We would call
Screaming
it Skeet.
rivalry.
Screaming
We'd call Screaming for Skeet. we would call it Moan instead of Scream. Get it?
Moaning rivalry. Moan.
You know what?
Instead of Scream.
If nothing else comes out of it, of this conversation, I hope it's a weird porno.
I really hope it's a weird porno between Billy and Stu, you guys. Please make it. If you're listening and you're looking for your next idea, well, there you have it. You can have it for free.
Cinemax, call us.
Cinemax.
It's giving like it's our version of Wicked, because Wicked is like you saw like Dorothy's thing and you're like, this story is actually not about Dorothy.
It's not at all. It's actually about Billy and Stu's fucking relationship.
And their love for each other.
Yeah,
and like,
it's
look at
evident.
how sad it is.
I think it's worth exploring.
And we'd have to obviously cast young actors but Skeet and our good man Matthew Lillard will have cameos.
Of course,
obviously
they must. They have
to.
Absolutely.
Skeet and Matthew, if you'd like to sign on, we could get a whole package together and really get this going.
True, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anyone aside from 90s fucking Leonardo DiCaprio has had that 90s easy on the eyes effect on me. I'm very picky. I was very shocked. I even found myself saying anything nice about a man at all because these days, like, I'm like, I like my husband. Not my husband, but like, that's about it. You just don't make them like that anymore. There's a whole look. And so how are we going to find that? You know what I'm saying, Sarah? I think we're going to have a casting problem. I don't know.
I disagree, but I love that for you. Because I
can't find another Skeet.
I think there's so many pretty boys out there. What are you on about? There's very pretty boys out there.
If you find me someone with there's something with the eyes. I don't know.
The eyes were very good.
They were so good.
I got to give it to you.
I can't get past the name. I'm sorry.
I know.
See, okay, but
just really gives you the
real quick, just to talk about the goreness, because I don't get scared by gore, but I do feel every second of it. Because the empathy of like the feeling.
I'm
an
empath.
It just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
I love watching it. I really do.
Yeah.
But I can't. It gives me an ick.
Here's what I thought was really interesting. I feel that like if I'm watching an action movie or something and I see that gore or like the knife through the hand, I'm like, oh
yeah.
I didn't feel that way watching this, and I don't know why.
It's interesting. I feel like and it really depends on the movie too. Sometimes,
yeah.
Like there are certain movies I can watch that, like, weirdly, The Substance, which is a crazy movie.
I need to. I've heard it's big
crazy
body horror.
gory.
Yeah.
Didn't bother me at all. But like, there's a couple movies. There's a moment in Brightburn, that gets me every time. I can't think about it. So
Is that on?
I don't know.
But I also like I exist in this weird space where I understand that horror, not horror, Jesus, stabbing is a very intimate, like from like a true crime perspective, stabbing is probably one of the worst ways to die. So there are so many horrific, brutal murders that a lot of women have faced that have been found with like 20 plus stab wounds. Like it is a brutal way to die. But then there's something about the way it's done in cinema that I just think like, I think also because I'm like working on one now. So I know.
You know how it all works.
Yeah, I know how it all works in the Hollywood, in like with the blood and the gore and I know how much work it takes to make it look real. And it's true. And it does take a lot of work. And I appreciate that work. And I do think being privy to that does help me come to terms with the true brutality of it. Which is like when you look at crime scene photos and you see people shirts slashed because of the stab wounds, you're like, wow, that is. It really is horrific.
I'm already
I'm it's horrific. It's horrific.
Yeah.
But then, I didn't feel that throughout this movie. There was no point where I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess that then begs the question: are you going to sleep tonight?
Yeah. Will you sleep tonight?
I'll
sleep tonight. I'm sleeping like a baby.
I'm sleeping like a baby.
I'm gonna sleep thinking of Skeet. Skeet. Yes, Skeet.
Shout out to the stab wound or to Billy being stabbed by an umbrella in the foyer.
Yeah, I don't know that did that penetrate. You think it penetrated? I don't think I think it just kind of like pushed him back. I don't think I saw it go through.
I don't know. I think it penetrated a little bit.
A little.
Come on.
I don't think it's strong enough
Screaming rivalry, it definitely penetrated.
That's true. Do you think the very tip of that umbrella was just the tip? Do you think it was strong enough? I don't know. Or do you think it was sharp enough? I don't know.
Just the tip went in and she pulled out.
All right. Love you guys. Sweet dreams. Yay, you made it to the end of the episode. Thank you again for listening to Creepers Peepers. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Patreon, and Instagram at Creepers Peepers Podcast. If you'd like to reach us directly, feel free to send us an email at creeperspeeperspodcast@gmail.com. Don't be shy, feel free to leave a comment. If you can, please leave a 5-star review. It would really help us out. Thanks again for listening, and feel free to check out our other episodes.